We're back here at Wanamaker's Tulsa Arms Show. I'm with Jim Sapika, director of the NRA National Firearms Museum. Jim, we're here doing some special editions of the Curator's Corner. You brought a great display with you from the Fairfax headquarters of the NRA, where the National Firearms Museum is. And we're going to get into that next. Real gun of real heroes, some law enforcement guns. But first, let's talk about what's going on behind us. We're here for a reason at Wanamaker's Tulsa Arms Show. Tell us a little bit about what's going on at this show.
This is Saturday. This is the opening day. The public's here, and as you can see, there are thousands of people here. There'll be 35, 40,000 people through the doors over this weekend, and they will be walking 6 miles of tables. So it's a huge gun show, biggest gun show in the world, a real event.
And folks have been to gun shows before. This is like a gun show like no other. It's part gun show, part sale, part display, part museum. I mean, there's the top collectors and sellers from around the country are here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if people don't understand how gun shows work, people rent the tables, they come in, there are dealers, there are collectors, there are private individuals, there are people who are selling their guns, they're looking to buy, sell, and trade. It's a safe environment. The safety regulations are very strictly enforced. All guns have to be unloaded. All the firearms laws are complied with in purchases and sales. And just a great get-together and wonderful guns to see.
And even if, as you said, you walk the table, because this started, we're shooting here in the morning, just so folks know. And this place was open at 8, and it's full almost from the time it opens. Just people want to get in here and see what's here. So we're going to get to some of those great guns that are here a little later in some upcoming segments of the Curator's Corners. Now let's get back to the display you brought. Real guns of real heroes, law enforcement guns. And you want to talk about a real hero. Let's talk about this particular firearm.
Well, this firearm, we've talked a little bit about some of the revolvers that were predominant police sidearms in the 20th century, right? Here we have a typical 21st century police sidearm. It's a Sig P226, 9mm, very popular with law enforcement. This gun is especially special to the National Firearms Museum because of who carried it. It was carried by Fairfax County Police Officer Michael Garbarino, and he was killed in the line of duty in May of 2006. He was going off duty, he was in the police parking lot, and an 18-year-old male drove a hijacked van into the parking lot and started shooting. Officer Garbarino was shot 5 times with a centerfire rifle, and yet he stayed on his microphone warning the fellow officers to stay inside the building. It could have been a massacre if he hadn't stayed, and throughout the extensive gunfight that followed, he stayed on the microphone relaying information to his fellow officers. He was 53 years old, a husband, a father. He'd been Officer of the Year twice in a long and distinguished career. And the gun is at the museum to recognize him, to honor him, and to remind people of the first responders that are out there putting their lives on the line every day for the rest of us.
And it really illustrates, Jim, no matter what police officers do and first responders, they're all out there every day, whether you're doing traffic stops or he's sitting there manning a microphone. The sacrifice and the danger that they're in trying to protect us, it's I mean, when you want to talk, you don't get a better example of a real hero than right here.
Yeah, and of course the NRA is very involved with law enforcement and with our servicemen and women, and we want to thank them all, and we want to remind them all to come home safe too.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for a great segment here and a great example of a real gun of a real hero. We're going to be back here with more Curator's Corners from the Tulsa Arms Show, Wanamaker's Tulsa Arms Show. We'll be back here next week with another one. Jim, thank you very much.
Thank you.